The Champions League quarterfinals are on, and just 8 teams remain in this tournament now. So what are we waiting for? Let's head to Lisbon. Alright, welcome back guys. My name is Zishan. Welcome back to Talk Football, home of reviews, tactics and transfer talks. The UEFA Champions League is the greatest club competition in world football. And now, for the first time in history, these games since the quarterfinals are going to be just one-legged ties. That means just a single game. No home, no away, no Camp Nou, no Anfield. So in our very first Champions League quarterfinal clash, we have Atalanta facing PSG. Two highly attacking sides, two explosive attacking sides will be facing each other on 12th of August, and there have been plenty of confusion regarding who's gonna play, the injuries, the suspensions, but in this video we'll talk about it all. We'll tell you our predicted lineup, we'll tell you about the team news, the tactics and everything. So let's just get straight into it. But first, alright, welcome back guys. Don't you just love this UCL theme song? I'm no Erling Haaland, but I can hear this all day. Anyways, here we have Sujit with us. Hi Sujit, how are you?
I'm good, Bia. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah. So, what do you think about this PSG versus Atalanta game?
I think it'll be a very high-scoring fixture given the history of the teams within the league and in the UCL, especially because of the star players in each side.
Star players in each side, bro. Both of these teams have been missing their star player. Let's talk about the injuries and the suspension first. So with PSG, Lavin Kurzawa and Marco Verratti are out of this tie, and Kylian Mbappe is highly doubtful. Of course, they have Neymar, they have Icardi, but you know, Kylian Mbappe is something else. They do need that pace on that right flank, but he is highly doubtful. Also, Edison Cavani and Thomas Müller have left the
team,
club.
And Di Maria is also suspended. So that creates a hole in the right side because the main player and the substitute both are gone. That will create a problem for PSG.
We'll definitely come to the lineup, how PSG will be lining up. First of all, let's get with the injuries of Atalanta. Sujit?
Yeah, so mainly who will be missed is the star striker they have, who scored so many goals for them. Against Valencia, he scored 4, the most recent UCL fixture for them. In fact, Josep Ilicic, because of personal reasons, there are rumors he might quit, he might retire, but hopefully he comes back stronger.
He scored 21 goals in 34 appearances this season. That's a big deal.
And scored 15 goals in the league. He scored so many in the, I guess 7. I'm not really sure of the number. 7 goals around in the UCL as well. So he is definitely a person who can produce these numbers. He is going to be missed.
Yeah, their manager Gasperini was asked how big an absence will Ilicic be. That guy said, imagine Juventus without Dybala. Imagine Inter without Lukaku, and imagine Lazio without Ciro Immobile. There you have the answer, guys. That's the absence.
That pretty much sums it up. Yeah. Also, they have 2 other main players missing. Their number 1 goalie, the first choice goalkeeper, Pierluigi Gollini. He's not exactly missing Gollini, but he's very doubtful for the game. Yeah. And also missing will be the centre back Jose Luis Palomino.
Yeah, so I don't think so that Atalanta will be falling short on attacking terms. Don't you think, Sujit?
Obviously, Ilicic will be missed, but just plainly going by the stats, the numbers that other players have also produced, even if nothing from the bench, off the bench, a person like Luis Muriel has scored 18 goals in the league. And those are insane numbers for someone off the bench. So,
Yes.
given a chance, I think he will shine, and he has to, because the shoes he's trying to fill, the pair is huge.
Of course, they have Alexandro Papu Gomez, who has scored 8 goals and have given 18 assists. They have Duan Zapata, who has scored 19 goals and provided 6 assists in all competition. I don't feel that they'll be having a problem when it comes to attack. Of course, Ilicic was like a cog. I think so. The other guys will have to step up.
They do have to, and it's not like they've not been doing it. They have been doing it. They just have to continue it whole
Yes,
season.
towards the end of this league, they were shy.
Yeah,
Because the form they began this Serie A, towards the end it reduced or it sunk a bit. They were projected to score 100 goals, but they fell short by 2 goals. They scored 98 goals.
98, yeah.
That's not a bad tally, of course.
But given where they were,
yeah.
they should have scored 100, because in the last 5 games they've scored 2 goals only once.
And they have been also conceding in the past 7 games. I think so they have just 1 clean sheet, I guess so. I'm not pretty sure, but that's the case it has been. So
Yeah, they do
face
have had
Paris-
only 1 clean sheet, and that they scored only once in that game.
Yeah.
That is very uncharacteristic of them.
Sujit, about a fun fact, you were saying some
Oh
fun
yeah,
fact.
the fun fact about Papu Gomez, Alejandro Gomez. He was interviewed recently. I'd like to take a shout out to my friend. He sent this to me. The reporter asked him how he finds space in the final third. Anyone, you play football, you would also know. If we asked you the question, you'd say, I try to cut in, I try to find some gap and run in. That's what you
Between the defenders.
Between the defenders. This guy has a completely different approach. He told, I look at the referee. Because whenever I play the game, I see the referee, he's completely free. Why not just go stand there with him? I receive the ball, I'm free, I'll take a shot, I'll score the goal.
Take notes. Take
Big
notes,
brain
guys.
times.
Okay, so I think so. PSG, do they have to set a marker on the referee now?
New tactics now that could come up starting from the next game.
I
He
think so.
probably outed himself a little too early here.
Yes,
Gomez.
he shouldn't have given that. But on a serious note, Alexandro Papu Gomez was recently interviewed and he was asked how will they be approaching this game. Gomez frankly said that they'll have to be very attacking. They'll have to take the game to PSG because they cannot show that fear. Papu Gomez said that it will be an advantage for them for playing in empty stands.
And also they have the experience of having already played a UCL fixture in an empty stand.
Yeah.
Against Valencia the last game, and we saw how much they thrived in those conditions. So obviously Valencia is a different task compared to PSG, but I wouldn't write them off this game. If
PSG
nothing, they'd give a good competition.
Talking about PSG, in their group stage, they haven't lost a single game. They topped the group, which had Real Madrid. And they overcame Dortmund, defeating them in a thrilling game 3-2. Okay, Sujit, coming back to the topic, Mbappe won't be there probably for this PSG side. How big a miss will he be?
Given the season, given the influence he's had on the team, he would be a big miss, because that element of speed, that acceleration in the final third will be sorely missed. But I'd still say they would score, but not the way they have been the whole season with Mbappe. So they've also lost Marco Verratti, who's been a man of the match for the past 2 games for PSG.
Yeah.
He's the cog in that midfield for them, the man who transitions from the defense to the attack. He's so cool on the ball, in possession. I'd suggest you guys to go watch the way he transitions, the way he holds the ball and beats players.
PSG know his importance, and that would be interesting to see how they fill up his boots. So Sujit, very quickly coming on to the lineup, like we talked about how PSG will be setting up themselves. We were talking and we thought that PSG will be going in their 4-2-2 formation, which they usually and have used this whole season.
4-2-2 they've been using the whole time.
Yeah.
But I think there'll be 2 different ways they might line up. 4-2-2, if you're going, they will go with
Bernat is there.
Kimpembe and Thiago
Kimpembe
Silva.
and
The
Thiago
goalkeeper
Silva.
is Navas, obviously.
Obviously.
And the midfield would be Idrissa Gana Gueye and Marquinhos. And the next 2, I think, will comprise of Sarabia and Paredes. And the final 2, I think, will be comprised of Icardi and Neymar. Because Neymar is very much capable of playing that support striker position as well. So you
Now,
can
also there is one more possibility that PSG can line up 4-3-3.
Yes.
I went with Bernard, Kimpembe, Marquinhos and Dagba on that right side of the defense, and with Idrissa Gueye and Paredes, or either of Draxler or Herrera on that left side of the midfield. And up top I went with Neymar, Icardi and Sarabia as the right winger.
although they've been using 4-2-2 a lot, recently they've employed 4-3-3. Recent last 5 games, I'd say they've been using the 4-3-3. So I still think they might go that way, especially because of the players they're missing.
Of course, they don't have many players in the substitute because apart from Choupo-Moting, it was very hard for me to find the first team player in that bench role. Anyways, coming on to Atalanta, Sujit, how do you think they will line up?
They've always gone for a 3-man defense and 4-1-2 in front of that. So I think it'll be a 3-4-1-2. And goalkeeper, as we said, their first choice goalkeeper is out for Luigi Golini. And
Sportiello will be taking that goalkeeper
yes,
position.
Sportiello will be the goalkeeper for this game. The defense, 3-man defense would be Jim City, Caldara and Toloi. And the midfield 4 would be starting from the left: Gosens, Freuler, Roon and Hateboer. 2 cam positions in the final to 1, Malinovsky and Papu Gomez, and the striker will be Zapata.
The only change that I had in this lineup is Castagne in that right side of the midfield RM position, and I went with Pasalic as the cam role, that one in the 3-4-1-2, because he's such a good link to the forward and to the defense. And I went with Duan Zapata and Gomez as the 2 strikers. It's all to see how they are going to line up, Sujit. It will be very interesting to see.
Yeah, we also cannot forget about the substitutes they have on the bench. Atalanta, they do have Luis Muriel. They do have other players who contributed around more than 10 goals a game on the bench as well. So they have so many attacking options that in their overall season's problem has never been lack of goal scoring.
Lack of goals,
Other than the recent times, they may have scored less, but they've scored 1, they've scored 2. They've somehow found the back of the net.
Yeah, and also it's a very interesting thing to understand that they have scored 68% of the goal in open play, and 19% of them have been set pieces. So it will be very interesting to see.
They were team goals, they were built goals. So you know that they're not...
And only 7% of them were penalties.
Yes.
So you understand their prowess.
Yeah, we know that they're not scraping through. We know we're building those goals. The team is clicking. They're playing together. I'm very glad that this team has come up the way it has.
Yeah. When Ilicic was playing in that formation, Papu Gomez was playing that cam role, which I went with Pasalic this time. And because Atlanta mostly they have been attacking through their wings. They take the ball from the goalkeeper, the defense split it up on the wings, and they pass it on to the wingers. And from there, they spread out wide, and then they go central with those crosses. Or because Papu Gomez plays such an important role in that position, he'll be a vital fixture in this tie.
Yes,
he
because
has to have a good game.
Yes, because as we mentioned earlier, he used to be mysteriously free. If you noticed I mean, full disclosure, I went and checked out a few of the games, a few of the highlights to see if what he said is true, and it turns out to be every time they want someone to pass to, Gomez is there, Gomez is free. That availability is a huge factor.
18 assists in the season, bro. It tells everything. Of course, they have deservingly earned that respect of being a team which is fearless in this competition, because playing in the Champions League and playing your game, being so ruthless, it's not easy. And definitely Atlanta have showed us that they will take some stopping if they were to be kicked out in this tournament. So Sujit, I think so PSG is gonna have a tough time facing Atlanta. So what are your predictions about this game?
I'd say it'll be a goal fest. It'll be 3-2 at least, in my opinion. And the 3, I mean, it could go either way, because if you
have to give me a result.
Exactly. So
the viewers want it. They want to see. Come on.
I would go either way, 3-2. But since you're asking me for a result just because of the star power PSG has, I give them the 3.
I won't be giving reply to this question. No prediction from me. No prediction.
You got me caught and got away.
Yes. I'll be getting away from this video as well. So I'll see you guys in my next build-up video. I'll see you soon. Peace out.